Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hope you all are doing well.
And it's time to what?
Jump in.
We are jumping in today, and we're going to continue to talk about transitioning.
Yes.
But we're going to talk more about transitioning into entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about the things that we've learned in transitioning from full-time employment to full-time entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you start.
So I'm gonna start off very honestly.
Well, everything is gonna be honest.
Everything's gonna be honest, but just some things that some people might have not known. I have started a number of businesses to see some of them completely fall flat on their face.
Yeah.
And so some of the
tips. It's not a bad thing, though.
It's not a bad thing. Some of the tips.
Grow from them.
Yeah, but some of the tips and advice I'm going to share with you is going to be shared from my disappointment. Some from my frustration and directly from my experience. This is something, we read a lot of books, we read a lot of articles, we do a lot of research, but there's certain things that only come by trial and error. You can have all the principles, you can have all the ideas, and one of the biggest things that I learned is how to understand and read a market. Like, that is without a doubt one of the number one things you need to do when it comes to entrepreneurship. There's certain things that may work well in one market. You can have all the ideas, you can have all the plans. Somebody can say, hey, here's my business plan, just run with it, and it's still not work. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing. It's just for some certain ideas, certain things, the market, one, is not ready for it, and then two, there may not be a market for it. So I tell people all the time, and this is one thing I do with real estate, is that don't focus so much about what's going on where you are, and in a sense, you need to be aware of what's going on where you are, but you also need to know, okay, where is it hot for what I want to do. Right now, you really have to focus on a global market, global economy. It's good to have localized business. I thrive on my local business. I'm thankful for my local investors, but I also advertise out of state because our market is the way that it is. I would work with a lot of out of state investors, and I don't mind doing that. It comes with a certain challenges, so you have to learn the nuances of that. So wherever you find yourself, know what the market is doing, know where the market is going. Know the factors that drive your market, so when those indicators go up or go down, you know how to shift. Don't continue to do the same thing just because you're used to it. You need to diversify yourself. I remember, I just wanted to focus on buyers and sellers. I really didn't, when I first got in real estate, I didn't work with a lot of investors. But as I got more into real estate, I understood, where my focus needed to shift to, the type of properties I needed to shift to, and even how to find those properties. Now, one thing I can say, with real estate, I have been, actually, out of all my businesses, I've been the most successful with real estate. Yeah. Real estate has been very, very successful. So real estate came into my life at the right time because I had learned so many lessons from other businesses that I was able to, real estate is a perfect amalgamation of like many different types of businesses, different types of marketing, different types of strategy building, different types. It's like everything that you can need. Actually, I suggest that people, even if you're not an agent, consider real estate because it would teach you everything you need to know about business. It's like a crash course, but instead of that crash course,
fund your business.
Yeah, and it helps fund my business. So the next most successful business that we have is probably the publishing company. And a lot of people, some people know we have a publishing company, some people don't. It's one of them things that we do in the background. My wife actually, I have bequeathed it over to my wife. When it got to a point with real estate where I was so busy, I was like, babe, and I started getting some projects on the publishing side. I was like, look, I don't have time. And that's one of the most important lessons in transitioning into entrepreneurship. You got to know when it's time to pass something on to somebody else. Even though that was something that I started, I loved. And it's actually my second publishing company. My first one fell flat, and I'm glad it did because I did not know what I was doing. I had an idea. I was excited. I was I was so just wanted to create opportunities for people that I did not know how to create them. So in that endeavor of failing, I learned a lot of, again, valuable lessons. The second iteration of the publishing company, that one did very, very well. Right, looking forward to later this year. We launching some great titles. Woo!
Yeah, and I kind of redid it. The business. I added what I do with that.
So what you have to really understand is that, even when you hand your business off to someone else, my wife took it and she cut out like 50% of the stuff I did. I was like, why you? She was like, this is my business now. I'm like, okay. But then once I cooled off and she started to explain to me, okay, this is why I did this, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So even when you allow people to come into your space and you say you need help and can you run this part of my business, don't buck them. Some people, because you're close to it, you can't see that some of the things that you may be doing may not be as effective. Let them streamline, let them cut. And one of the biggest things that I've learned when it comes to business that you have to do every year is that, and this is from research, you research many companies. Every year, most companies are going to cut 5 to 10% of something every single year. The most ineffective part, no matter how good it was when it first started, if it is become inefficient and if it's stagnant, they completely cut it. They don't try to breathe life back into it. They cut it, they revamp, and they go a completely different direction. And you have to do that with your business.
Yes.
I've done it with real estate. I have done it with the publishing company. We have done it with a number of things. And that's one of the biggest things. So I'm going to stop talking right now. I'm going to let you talk about transitioning.
I want to talk about and that's the reason why I was laughing, because I was like, wow, this is a good time to talk about transitioning as a wife, or if you're dating or looking to marry someone who's an entrepreneur. I'm gonna say as a wife, because sometimes, like when we got married, we didn't know we were going to be business owners.
I had ideas for businesses for days, and I couldn't wait to start doing some of the stuff in the background.
Well, before we got married, I didn't know that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
you're working at Fayetteville State, and we were that was your track at that time.
At that time, yes.
At that time, that was your track. Yeah. And I had a psychology degree. I said, I'm gonna be counseling. I'm gonna have my I have my track, and this was never part of the plan. So what do you do when you have to transition to something that that's kind of like, I don't know, it just wasn't part of your track, wasn't part of your plan. So we transitioned to it. It's definitely a blessing, but it's challenging, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the mindset has to change.
Yeah,
you have to go from a full-time employee mindset to a business owner mindset, which is you have to be way more disciplined.
Yes.
You have to work way more hours.
Yes.
There's times where you work and you may not get paid regularly. Like, at least when you go to your 9 to 5, I'm gonna get paid at the end of the week, within 2 weeks, or within that month. Sometime I'm gonna get paid. Sometimes when you're in entrepreneurship, when you're transitioning in to it, especially when you're just kind of getting started and you have to put a lot of money towards your marketing, and you put money back into your business, so you're not making a lot of money. It can be so challenging in the beginning if you're not saving up. That's why I always say, if you can have real estate, build a portfolio, replace your income somehow, so you can do your business. You don't have to worry about your life. Like, you don't have to worry about your living, especially if you have kids and stuff and you're married. So the transition can be challenging, especially for us women. We love security. Yeah. So it could be challenging because there could be months where they're slow, and you have to shift. You have to know how to budget. You have to be really, really disciplined. And I think sometimes it's kind of funny, because like people think when you're in entrepreneurship and you automatically have money, like they think that you just but they don't understand, like, you have to really save and be disciplined. You can't go on all these big trips and do all these things that other people do, because for a season you're sacrificing so you can so you can preserve it or put money back into your business to grow your business. And that's one of the big ways your business grows, is you continuously put money back in your business. You're getting help. You got your staff, really, really good people that will help you grow your business. That's how you really can grow, because doing it by yourself gets old after a while. Yeah. Not having an assistant, trying to really build and grow. You can only grow you can't grow beyond yourself. Okay. A lot of people want to grow their business. But it's like, what can you handle? So if you can handle but only so much, then your business will never grow beyond that. So, it's a huge transition, but the biggest transition is your mental state. Are you going to stay in the bed all day? Because nobody's telling you to wake up. Mm-mm. Like, nobody, and that's what I always say. You have to absolutely love what you do. Yes. You cannot do it for money, because sometimes the money is not there, for a season. Yeah. And you have to, even in your tiredness, you have to make sure that you love it so much that you can do it while you're, even if you're tired. I love it, so I'm still going to do it. I'm tired, but I just enjoy what I do.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as one thing, now you have to be careful. You have to watch out for your health. My wife does a good job with me. I got to a point where I had so much, going on business-wise with my clients, that I stopped sleeping at night. I more or less what I was doing, just napping. I would, work 4 or 5 hours. I would nap for an hour, get up and just work as long as I could, nap. And it was like, I realized, I was like,
he loves real estate, y'all.
I was like, why am I so sleepy? She's like, you're not sleeping at night. I said, yes, I am. She's like, no, you're not. You're taking these naps. You're not sleeping at night. So I would literally, we go to the gym typically late at night between 10 and 12. And then I would sleep for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, get up, work for 5 or 6 hours. When the kids get ready to go on the bus, I'm like, all right, y'all, see y'all later. And I go to sleep and then get up 2 hours later and then I just work the whole day. And that's not healthy. So you need to have a balance with it as well. One thing I'm looking for.
It's hard to turn it off.
Yeah, it's not hard, but she's done a good job. Like today.
I'm just saying when you're starting off, because it's like so much you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I know even for me, like you're a little bit more established, but for me, still just, relaunching everything, it's still so much you want to do, so much you want to, get so far, get to a certain place by the end of the year. And then, you kind of, it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, but you just got to.
But you love what you, I'm just saying because you
just
got
to work at it. You just got to, that's one of the biggest things too. Balance, it's like, you need to have mentors. I'm big on mentorship. I love my mentor.
You have got to have mentors.
Look, my mentor, I had an hour-long lunch with him. I meet with him maybe one. I usually meet with him twice.
Of them, though,
but like twice a year. But this last one, I feel like I'm good for 2 years because it was so awesome.
I know which one you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
I have multiple mentors in different areas, but this one in particular with real estate, he was like, Raymond, your goals for this year? I told him, he said, these are my goals for this year. I was like, wow, it's impressive. And basically his goals was like, but he said, but this is why I'm gonna get there. And he taught me some very, very, very valuable lessons. And I was like, wow, I see it. He said, okay, so what are your goals again? I said, okay. So I need to reevaluate my goals. Get somebody that's going to challenge you. Yeah. Get somebody that's going to push you. Don't try to be their friend. Let them check you. If they need to check you, let them check you. And this is where your mindset has to go. You can't have that, that mindset that nobody can't tell you what to do.
Or that you know everything.
None of us know everything. No. There's somebody.
I'm reading every single day.
Yeah, there's somebody that's killing it.
We research every single day.
There's somebody doing so much better than you. Even if you're the best in your area, somebody somewhere in this world is killing you. Find that person and say, hey, look, let me buy you lunch, let me buy you dinner. But when you have a mentor, make sure that your mentorship is reciprocal. Don't just take. Saying, find
what can I do?
What can I do to help support you? What can I do to help? Further what you're doing.
Business?
Yeah.
How can I push you?
Yeah.
At no charge.
No charge. Yeah. Because to me,
you reap what you sow.
Information is like valuable.
It's so valuable.
It's better than, I'm telling you.
It saves time when you have a mentor too, because they've been through it already. Yeah. Like you don't have to go research everything. You have a mentor. And another thing they'll tell you is that what you're going through is normal. Sometimes, you think what you're going through, you're ready to quit and let your business just go. But some of the stuff, you just got to wait it out. You just got to work through the kinks. And that's why you got to love what you do, because sometimes it gets frustrating. It gets, you just get so overwhelmed. But if you love it, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Your passion kicks in, and then people can feel your passion, and you can keep your business going because people want to work with people who are passionate about what they do. The customer service will be there because you love what you do. You're happy because you love what you do. So that is like really important. Don't do it for the money. Do it because you really love to serve those type of people, and you're really good at that. That's your gift. You would do it for free, but you do it so well that people will just pay you to do it. Yeah. So find out what that is, but make sure before you transition to entrepreneurship that your mind is renewed. Get the personal development books. And that's like professional
development. I'm gonna tell you this. One of the biggest things, and trying not to talk too much about some stuff. But
what you said with real estate, that's a good practice.
But see, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all this. There's a lot of people with money that are horrible with professional development. They're late. They are rude. It's like from the setting I used to work in, coming into real estate. It's like, man, I was very disappointed as far as I respect you because you have your license and you worked for it and you sell a lot of homes. That don't, to me, there's so many factors that say this is a great agent or this is a great person. And I know people that have way lower production, but I would rock with them all day. I can't wait to sell one of their homes because of the way that I'm going to be treated during the transaction, the way that they're going to look at my client during the transaction. It's so many other factors well beyond, your numbers. That's great, but I'm telling you, so professional development is like one of the most important things that we all need to master.
Lose business if you don't.
Yeah, if you don't have excellent professional development. Get you
That's what
some.
it was, yeah.
Get it with somebody to help you, because professional development is now becoming a lost art. Professional development alone is not just customer service. It's a part of it, but it's not it. So make yourself well-rounded and diverse, and get you a mentor that's going to call you out for different things. Like I have
late. I mean, I had to work on that. I was used to be late all the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of selfish, you know, not being considerate of other people's time. I had to work through that. So, you know, that was big.
Yeah.
You know, just he's really quick to respond back to people.
Yeah.
You kind of got that down. Follow-up is real big.
Follow-up is huge.
How do you follow up? You know, some people are like, well, I ain't gonna bug them. I ain't gonna call. They'll call me when they're ready. No, you need to follow up. You need to have a system in place where you can follow up on a consistent basis. You need to have emails and stuff.
Yeah.
All depends what you do.
Let me cut this one.
But okay. All right, well, yeah, it's starting to rain.
Yeah, y'all.
We get ready to go. We just wanted to make sure we were able to jump in today and talk about the transition. We probably have a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll probably finish up again on next Friday. Woo! I'm gonna get my hair wet. It's okay.
It's all good.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped. If you have any comments or questions, please let us know. And until next week, we want you to what?
Jump
in. Have a wonderful weekend. We love you guys.
Y'all take care.
Bye.